Well, Darrell, I can't imagine that game made for easy watching in the last hour or so.
No, it's disappointing when you. For me, I give my defenders a lot of praise against Wimbledon, and to concede 3 set pieces doesn't matter what side I pick. You can't afford to do it. Switched off 3 times, ends up in the back of the net. Thought we started the game really bright. Feel a little bit for the lads that have come into the team, to be honest with you, because I think they've all put a decent, good shift in and shown some qualities. But it doesn't matter because it's all immaterial because we couldn't defend set pieces on the day.
Because for 35 minutes you looked as comfortable as possible to look
It's
away
not,
from home.
I've got good players. We know. It's a little bit frustrating this season so far, and it's something I've got to address. Is the inconsistency in the defensive department at times. We've got to defend better, like we did against Wimbledon. Not today. You know, it's too easy for them to score the goals, to change the complexion of the game. I thought we kept going, we kept driving forward, got plenty of crosses in the box, but the game slipped away from us because we didn't defend the set plays.
Yeah, and the fact the first 2 were pretty much carbon copies, that's got to be a frustration they didn't learn.
I mean, listen, he's Tom Lockyer's man, and he's lost him twice. Tom's an honest pro. He's a fantastic player for this club. He's still young, and he's one of those where, as a manager, as a coach, they've got the numbers, they've got to do the jobs, we do work on it, and he's got off him twice, and he'll take it on the chin. He'll regroup because he's such a strong character of a lad. And the punters will get back behind him, and we'll go again next Saturday.
Because teams are increasingly cute at set piece, aren't they? It's all about blocking off and all those kind of things. I'm sure you work on it in attacking wise, and you got caught on it today.
There is. Listen, we scored the first goal against Coventry, wasn't it, from a set piece, and a lot of goals were scored from set pieces. I thought we defended set pieces against Wimbledon fantastically, and I didn't see it coming today. You know, a little bit switched off from them, and like you say, the 3 goals changes the complexion. Because, in all honesty, we was cruising, weren't we, really, first off. They've had a bit of the ball, but not really hurting us. We're in good shape. I always fancied us still at 1-0 to go and get the counter-attack and nick a goal to make it 2-0. But in all, a disappointing defensive performance from ourselves today.
And is it a concern? You've had a few sort of big defeats this season, which you've never really had in the previous 2 seasons.
Well, listen, you've got to give credit to the level. You know, these boys at Charlton, it's a massive budget. You know, they've got good players. You know, where they are in the league, they'll be very disappointed about. I'm sure Carl will turn that round. But we're up against good teams, and for me, we're 10th, and I think that's about right of where we're at the minute. If I'm honest, 10th in the league. I think we're mid-table, pushing in to get into the top 10, and stay in the top 10. That's where we are. Well, that's testament to the boys who've done fantastic this season. We want to keep kicking on. You know, hopefully to look to get 1 or 2 in the window. That's going to strengthen us and push these boys on, because these boys in there, they're a good set of players. But it's not rocket science to know where the areas we got to strengthen, and I've got to strengthen.
Anything close on that point?
Listen, January's it's a tough window. It's a very tough window. It's not an easy window, and ideally you always like to get your number 1 targets, because I've got to look at a bigger picture, because I want to make sure we keep kicking on this season, but I also want to make sure that we try and force ourselves, if not this season, into the top 6 next season. And what I won't do is I won't panic and get wrong players in. You know, so I'll have to weigh it up. You've got 1 or 2 loan options, which I particularly don't want to go down that line if possible. But if I can't get my number 1 targets on a permanent, I might have to do that. But we'll see. I've got these games out of the way, and we'll see the developments over the next week or 2.
Okay, and just finally on the loan players that you've got, obviously Hiram Boateng has left. Have you made your decisions on the others that are up in January?
There's no others up.
Is that it? It's the only one?
Yeah, no. Charlie and Jake's arm. We're hoping to have Jake coming in training, non-contact with us soon, and that gives a boost to our defensive line as well. So we'll look and see what happens.